Hey everyone, Alex here from Times Never Wasted, bringing you a review of the Victrix Pros. So I've had a pair of Astros for a long time. I wanted to try something new, and this kind of startup company wanted to bring some game-changing stuff into the market. So this honestly was boxed amazing. This is almost like the Founders Edition, I would say. So this is kind of what the backers got if they kind of invested in the headset. So I won't go too much into the packaging here because it's probably a little bit different than what you're gonna get. But let's get right into the headset. So this is them. They look amazing. So they have this almost this gloss to it. The headset kind of connects just kind of like the Astros do. It is this wire. And then this is all metal right here. And then you can kind of adjust the height like that. I have a pretty big head. Mine fit really well, honestly. I wear them for a long time and they still felt pretty good. They didn't give me any head fatigue or anything like that. And then one of the things I like is they put two pads up here. Just keep in mind from some of the people I was talking with, for example, like Chrissy Spark was talking about how this hurt her head after some time. So depending on how you're wearing it, you need to really put it directly on your head. Any angle might hurt your head a little bit. So one of the other big things is the mix amp. So this is if you buy the more higher end edition. The screen's not too bright. In person, it's not too bad, but you'll see kind of you get a battery indicator, volume. There's some other cool things. So mic gain, mic monitoring, audio mode. I honestly prefer mine on 2. That's almost like bass boost. Lighting, so we'll take a look at that. So you'll see that's what the light's on. It looks pretty sick. There's almost like a fade mode. And then if you want to save the most amount of battery, you can keep them off. I personally like having them on, so cool. Some of the key features about this headset is it has active noise cancellation, which I haven't seen in any other headset. So essentially, you'll see on the side, there's essentially a spot that, like, for example, listen for anything around you, almost like a pair of Bose headphones, and it blocks out the sound. I honestly can't hear anything around me. It is crazy. You can turn it on and off on here. That's what the audio, essentially cancellation button is right there. So that's pretty neat. You have the boom mic. It sounds really good. It's cool that you can control the gain on here. It's a really nice feature. And then essentially this you can swap out. So like, for example, if you're a backer, they gave you essentially one of these. It's like a first, kind of like just one thing to put on there, but I didn't think it looked that great. One of the other key parts about it is, for example, they said that right here you can adjust it to essentially cool your head down, which I was like, that's kind of weird. So when it's on your head, you can go like this. And it will actually so if you notice it made a sound. So it automatically disables the noise cancellation. And that's essentially supposed to cool your ears down. So if it's hot where you are, your head's getting hot, you can go like that. And essentially it will cool you down. The other cool thing is it makes it so you can swap out these pieces. So if this wears out, or for example, they said they're gonna come out with other styles in the future, you can kind of use that. So that's what these are for. And that's kind of like why I like this headset so much, is they really thought out of the box. They're like, hey, what's everyone doing? And what can we do differently? And they brought a lot of cool game-changing stuff to the table. Some of the stuff I don't like is, I get you need to get power, but this is a proprietary connection. So like, for example, like they should have had this connected differently and made it so that, I get it, the headset needs power, but there should be a way to just use aux to power it. Some of the other things, so if we go in here, so you get the mic monitoring, stuff like that. The audio mode, kind of going back, 1 is balanced, 2 is kind of like bass boosted with like the trebles a little bit high. I personally like that. The funny thing is in the instruction manual, they call it audio 1 as Europe mode, and then audio 2 as US mode, because I guess people in the US like more bass, and I thought that was kind of funny. Let me show you some of the other stuff you get. So they kindly provide to hook it up to a PC cable, which is pretty cool. And then a really nice microfiber cloth, which you definitely will be needing, because I was like cleaning these down a ton when I was using them. So before I kind of go over my final thoughts, they also provided this really nice book. Again, I don't know if this is for, the final product, but I'm kind of going through. So it kind of highlights the key stuff. So that's everything you get, at least inside the Founders box. It kind of goes over the 50 millimeter driver. This is kind of an overview of everything. comfort. It kind of talks about how, you know, the seams is put in, so like for example, there's a lower chance of them falling apart. And again, they're swappable, which is really sick. And they seem like they're selling all the parts on the website, so something about the noise cancellation. I kind of wish these were all one piece. I don't have to turn the page twice. This is about the cooling. So they said that they did some testing up here. You'll see they're kind of showing the humidity level goes way down with the vents open, stuff like that, compared to when it's closed. So that kind of gives you an idea. And it really does help. Let me see. Then here's everything. And that's what I was talking about. If you look right there, I thought it was funny. Euro tuning and US tuning. I thought that was pretty funny. And then kind of just going through some more. The microphone. Again, the gain control built in, that's kind of a game changer. For example, like my Astros, I really need to crank it up, and the fact that I don't have to do it through software is really nice. And then kind of shows you the versions. Like for example, this one's the one with the mix amp. You don't get the lights or a lot of the mic stuff with the standard one. And that's pretty much it. So going into my final thoughts about the headset. Actually, before I do, oops, knock my camera. Before I do, this is the case. It comes with it right now, but they will be selling it separately. I'd honestly say it's worth it if you travel because it's made really well, and it actually holds stuff. Like you can put a lot of extra stuff up there too, so it's not just the headset. So that's pretty cool. So my final thoughts. They sound great. I like the tuning. Both tuning modes I think are great for depending on what you're doing, whether it's creation or gaming. I think it's super comfortable. The noise cancellation actually works, and it's really good. I've used noise cancellation that's not great, and this is honestly top notch. The microphone's good. My only complaint is, so when you have a DAC like this, like the Astro one, it adds a lot of virtual surround and stuff like that. This does none of it. For example, all the manuals I've gotten, it says it doesn't do anything. I'm not sure if the website says it. Even if it does, it's not great. I'd highly recommend on a PC you purchase something like the Dolby software that you can get for Windows 10 or something like that, just to add some virtual surround effects to it, because honestly it's pretty much a stereo headset at this point. On Xbox you can do the same thing. You can buy the Dolby Atmos extension for your Xbox and it will essentially improve the spatial sounds of this headset. So, but all in all, I think it looks great, it feels great. It's, I mean, for the value, you're paying close to what Astros are and stuff like that, and I think you're getting more. And yeah, that's kind of my thoughts. I hope you enjoy it. Put in the comments if you have any questions, if you're going to pick a pair of these up, and let me know how you like them. So thanks for stopping by, and have a good one.